The decision to move forward depends on the stability of this shimmering, deceptive Martian crust. These polygon fields look like a map, but they hide a landscape of frozen traps. At this low sun angle, the ground transforms into a mirror that blinds the sensors. Progress is measured in centimeters, when the ground below you refuses to hold its shape.
One wrong move here, and the rover becomes a permanent part of the polygon field.
Even with the best equipment, the Martian environment is a relentless, unpredictable adversary. Finding a stable path requires looking at the world through sensors, not just our eyes.
Traction is everything on Mars. Without it, you are just a passenger on a dying planet. Every step forward is a calculated risk, when the very ground beneath you is untrustworthy.
The reflection is beautiful, but it hides the thermal instability of the subsurface layers.
We are explorers in a land that does not want us. Every piece of data we gather helps ensure that the next team arrives safely. To understand the future of Mars, we must look deep into its frozen past.
Every discovery brings us closer to a permanent home, but the cost is vigilance.
Data is the lifeline of the mission. Without it, we are blind and vulnerable. Night falls quickly on Mars, turning a paradise of light into a dark, frozen maze. On this planet, even the machines have to fight for every inch of survival. The cold is an invisible thief, stealing the energy from our batteries and our bodies.
When the airlock closes, we leave the alien world behind, but we never forget it.
Light is our only weapon against the shadows of a world that wants to remain hidden.
The cable is secure. Requesting immediate status log update.
Every day on Mars is a victory of human engineering over the harshness of space.
We're sliding sideways! Stop the rover now! One wrong move here, and the rover becomes a permanent part of the polygon field.
Progress is measured in centimeters when the ground below you refuses to hold its shape.
Strength on Mars isn't just power. It's the ability to find a way when there is none.
The drone has identified a basaltic spine that might hold the weight of the rover.
Even a few grams of CO2 ice can seize a steering joint in these temperatures.
We are building a bridge of metal over a sea of glass, one panel at a time.
Stability on Mars is a relative term. We settle for anything that doesn't keep sinking. The ridge is solid, but the shadows are lengthening, and the frost is beginning to reform. When the sun dips, the CO2 in the air begins to fall as snow, slicking the world.
Visibility is our greatest asset and our first casualty when the wind picks up.
Mars becomes a world of fire and ice, both equally.
The ice doesn't just sit on the surface, it grows, prying apart the seams of our world.
Our eyes in the sky are grounded now. We are back to relying on what we can touch.
Sunrise brings the light we need, but it also begins the sublimation of the ice.
The Martian cold makes everything brittle. Rubber turns to glass, and metal becomes fragile.
Underneath the dust, the polygons hide a secret, seasonal ice that could sustain us. This core represents millions of years of Martian climate history, captured in ice.
We leave markers for those who come next, turning a wilderness into a map.
The wind on Mars is a constant eraser, trying to cover our tracks as soon as we make them.
Dust devils are ghosts of the Martian plains, carrying enough energy to tumble a rover. Survival here isn't about strength. It's about being more persistent than the weather.
The cabin is our only sanctuary, a thin bubble of life in a world of dust.
We are mapping the invisible, creating a safe path through a field of secrets.
Step by step, we are climbing out of the trap that almost took the mission. From this height, the field looks like an ancient city, frozen in time and dust.
Our scouting mission is a success. We have the data we came for.
The mission isn't over until the data is back at base, but we've won today.
We leave the polygon field behind, but its lessons are etched into our logs.
Distance is the ultimate challenge here. Home is always further than it looks.
Hab 1, this is EVA-3, radio antenna aligned, signal is weak but steady. Stand by for telemetry.
Every system is pushed to its limit. We survive on the margin of error.
The clock is the one thing we can't negotiate with. Mars always wins the race.
Every bump is a reminder that this world was not built for our comfort. The first sign of home is always the sweetest sight on this lonely planet.
Docking is the final step in a long, dangerous journey. The mission is safe.
Tomorrow we analyze the data, but tonight we rest in the safety of the base. This core is the future. It is the key to our survival on this red world.
The data proves it. This field is a reservoir of life-sustaining water.
As the surface warms, our frozen mirror vanishes, turning back into treacherous dust.
Timing the shadows is the only way to navigate the polygons without sliding.
We have the proof. This region is a gold mine for future Martian settlers.
In just a few hours, a shimmering landscape becomes a featureless red plain. The silence of the Martian night is our reward for a job well done.
Even in the dark, we know the path is there.
We made sure of it.
Leaving Mars is as hard as staying, but the data travels with us.
The polygons fade into a geometric pattern of red and white as we rise.
We are orbital now. The red world is a map of our past success. We leave behind a safe path for those who will turn this into a home.
The journey to Mars is over. The journey home has just begun.
Mars has hope, but it requires respect.
The mirrors almost took us, but they gave us the water we needed.
To find life on Mars, we had to remember what makes Earth special.
This is Mission Commander, signing off from the Red World for the last time.
We leave our marks, but we also leave our respect for this world. The polygons will remain, hidden and waiting for the next brave soul. Our mission was to survive and to learn. We have done both. Mars is a teacher that never stops giving lessons to those who listen.
The first footprints are permanent, even if the dust covers them.